Hi, Nicole Finch here with my health and mindset blog. Thank you for tuning in today. Today's topic is my take on goal setting because I'm sure you're like me where you feel a little bit bombarded this time of the year with people saying 2018 is coming to a close. How did you do? Did you accomplish your goals? There's still time. What do you want to accomplish before the end of the year? And then there's, okay, 2019 is coming. What do you want to accomplish in 2019? We can make this your best year yet. What will you do? What steps did you take? Start planning now. This is the time. And you're like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. There's just what? But I just want to live my life. Like, do I have to have all these goals and what's going on? And it's like, what? And I wanted to do a video about this because there's probably other people out there who are feeling a little bit overwhelmed too. And if you don't have big goals, you think that you're some kind of, failure or something's wrong with you. And you're like, I just want to live my life. Maybe I don't know. And it can, even if you do have goals, it can be like, I've achieved my goals. Oh my gosh, it's so stressful. I've had the same goal for 4 years in a row and I can't seem, all those things. And so I want to share my take on goal setting and how to really make it work for you and how to not let it steal your joy in the present. Because that's what I found. If I'm setting these big glorious goals, I can get a little bit of FOMO in the present moment, which is fear of missing out, FOMO. And because I want that goal to happen and be in place now, and that disconnect where it's not in place now can get me frustrated, paralyzed in some way because the goal looks so big and I'm like, I don't know how I'll ever get there, but I want it now. And then it steals your joy from being just in the present, enjoying what you have and all the great things going on for you right now because you're living so far in the future. So here's my take. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think goal setting is really great and reviewing how you did your goals is also really great. I mean, setting goals can give you direction. I mean, human studies have shown that humans, we are most happy when we are solving problems. So when you set goals and you achieve them and you're working towards them, that makes you happy. We like challenges, we like solving problems. So I think setting goals helps you that direction, that purpose in life. Reviewing your goals is also really great because it can help you to see how far you've come. You can assess kind of the highs and the lows of what worked, what didn't work, and maybe update your process. And it makes you more likely to achieve your goals in the future because you've had that reflection time. So all those things are good. All the things people are saying about, end your year on a good note, start your year on a high note. That's all, it's good. There's definitely a well-meaning reason behind it. And also it can be helpful to have that in your mind, those goals, as well as review. It can help you as you're moving forward. But sometimes, like I said, it can also have the opposite effect. It can steal your joy from the present and make you less happy now because you're always trying to reach some big goal. It can overwhelm and it can paralyze you because it can be so big and scary. Or you might think like, well, I don't have a big goal. I just kind of want to keep my life nice like it is now. Is that okay? And of course it's okay. And so here's kind of how I look at it. I think it's good to have goals and dreams, things you can visualize that get you excited and motivated and can bring some joy to your life and that you can go to when you want to go to a happy place of here's what's going to happen. Visualize it while you're falling asleep and kind of bring that motivation, that courage, excitement to your mindset. But when you have this really big goal, it's can be scary because you're like, I don't know how I'm going to get there. And in case you haven't noticed by now, if you have this big goal, there's not this like, ta-da, some magic thing that you can do where suddenly you've achieved that. It takes baby steps. And so I'm all about the baby steps. If you've ever seen that movie, What About Bob? I think about that all the time. It talks about baby steps. And so that's what I think is so important. When you have a big goal, great. Have that goal, but work backwards then to now and to figure out the tiniest, the tiniest little, doesn't even matter how tiny, the tiniest baby steps. And this is really important because then when you have these tiny baby steps, I'll give some examples in a minute, you can, first of all, achieve them more easily because they're little micro baby steps. And when you achieve them, you celebrate. Now you feel good. I did it. I did something. You got to give yourself a pat on the back. And that reinforces in your mind that, look, see, I can do this. So you're more likely to take the next baby step and more likely to take the next baby step. And that's going to get you closer to your goal. So you're more likely to meet your goal when you have broken it down to those baby steps, and you're enjoying the present more because you're starting to be more engaged with the journey of reaching that big goal because you're meeting all these tiny goals. So you're solving problems, you're doing that thing that makes us happy, but you're doing it in a micro level where you're able to find more joy and happiness in the present moment and celebrate all those little goals rather than waiting for the whole big goal. Break it down. And so as an example, as a baby step, so if you're looking to try to lose weight, for instance, maybe it's going to the grocery store and buying some healthy food. That's a baby step win. Yes. Maybe it's signing up to join a gym or some kind of class. It's taking, every time you take a class, it's a celebration. And if you break it down, don't so worry about the big number that you're trying to lose or whatever it might be. Or maybe if you're starting a new business or you're looking for a job, it's updating your resume, it's buying the business cards, it's doing something fun on your website, whatever it might be. It's updating your LinkedIn profile. These baby steps, celebrate them, enjoy them, find kind of that fun and rest into them. This is so important because this way, like I said, you will find that fun in the journey. I think a lot of us get caught up with the future goal, the I'll be happy when, and we lose sight of what's really making us happy now. And by focusing on this, you can have the best of both worlds. You can have the big goal, that visualization, and all that good stuff. But you also can have that enjoyment and fun in the present while still moving towards that by breaking it down. And timelines are good, but don't get hung up on them. I think a lot of us will like, okay, by this date, I'm declaring it, I'm going to achieve this goal. And you don't. And you're like, okay, well, by this date, I will achieve that goal. And maybe you don't, again. And now you're kind of going on this path of not achieving that goal in the timeline, and your mind's starting to think that you can't achieve that goal. It's not ever going to happen. So that's where baby steps will help, first of all, because you're breaking it down into smaller, little tiny little pieces that you're celebrating. So you're going to build that confidence back up. But you can't get too attached with the timing because we can't control the world. And I talked about this before on here. Because our minds are finite minds, finite beings, they can't comprehend the infinite. They can't understand that all the possibilities could occur. They got to narrow it down. So we've kind of built this box around what we think life should look like. And that's what happens when we have timelines as well. Because then that's what we're expecting. But things can happen. Things can occur. We may not even know what could happen. There might be a much better timing. Maybe it's not meant for us to achieve this goal in the next couple of months. Maybe it's meant to be the next couple of years because there's going to be a perfect occurrence of something that's going to make it all just blossom so much more easily. We just don't know. So timelines are good because they can help you break down the baby steps and into chunk little micro things that you need to do, every day, every week, every month. They can help to give you a path and a direction and a guideline and keep you kind of moving forward. But don't get hung up on them. When we get too attached to them, then we get back to the whole place of FOMO, of discouragement and frustration, of living in the future and not being happy now. If you're doing your life's work and you're focusing on your baby steps and you're having fun in the present, time doesn't matter. Time does not matter because you're having fun and you are moving towards it. It's going to happen because you're taking those steps. It will arrive. There's no such thing as just making it. I mean, life is a journey. There's always going to be this component of life where you're working towards something, even if it's something small. There's always going to be something that you're going to be striving for, even if it's just trying to find, a life partner, or if it's trying to be a good parent. Those things, there's always going to be a journey. You don't just make it one day. You don't wake up and you're just like, aha, I've arrived. That's not it. There's always, and when you hit a goal, there's always another goal. That's why we can't hang up on the goal, because then that just even sounds more overwhelming. We've got to stay with the baby steps, with the present, and with finding fun in the now. So that's my take on goal setting. So if you're one of those people who is feeling overwhelmed this time of the year, I hope that helps. I know life is chaos, so let's have fun with it.